Hi guys, welcome to the channel. Thank you for joining me. Thank you for your continued support. I talked a little while ago about the number of universal credit claimants are rising. Now, a lot of people said in the comments, as I said myself, that one of the reasons that the numbers are climbing is because of the migration. A lot of people are migrating from legacy benefits to universal credit. I think that's one of the biggest reasons why there's an increase in these numbers. But now there's another report coming out saying that there has also been an increase in PIP claimants. And I think there's a very good reason for that as well. But I'm going to show you the article first. My cat's sitting here waiting for dinner, I think. So we'll look at the article first, and then I'll explain why I think this is happening. Let's take a look. So the DWP says 70,000 more Brits claiming PIP as expert advises how best to apply. The number of people claiming personal independence payment has increased in just 3 months by over 70,000, as experts advised how best to apply to the benefit. The latest Department for Work and Pensions figures show that as of 30th of April 2025, there are 3.7 million claimants entitled to the payments in England and Wales. That's a 2% or 72,520 increase on the number as of the 31st of January 2025. A total of 37% received the highest level of award, the same level as in January 2025. The Labour government had attempted to cut the PIP bill by making eligibility criteria tougher, but this was forced into a U-turn by rebelling backbencher MPs. Disability Minister Sir Stephen Timms will now carry out a review of the scheme before any further action is taken. The increase in claimants was cause for concern among some experts, but others defended the benefit as an import support for disabled people in work. Benjamin Beck, money coach at Beck Money Coach, had some advice for people who think they could be eligible. He added, "It's difficult to comment on the new figures without understanding the root cause. It could be that people are more aware of the various benefits available. I think it's positive that we live in a society where those who need these benefits the most can have access to them. Receiving these benefits means they are not in a position to work, and thus budgeting is essential to ensure every penny has a job to do. I may be stating the obvious, but I have found through my work that many people don't have a budget. The government has clear direction online for those who may be eligible for these benefits." Right, so first of all, it's not people who can't work. PIP is not an out-of-work benefit. I just sort of clarify that before a lot of you say on the comments, because I do know that, I don't think he's got that right. It is obviously not an out-of-work benefit. But when I'm looking at the figures here and saying there's been an increase, yes, it has been an increase, but it's a fairly small increase. And what I would suggest is that a lot of people, which is what I've talked about before, a lot of people have been eligible for PIP in the past, but haven't applied for it. Now, that a lot of the reasons for that is, well, actually, I think there are a couple of reasons. Firstly, because they had means, so therefore they didn't need to apply for it. And secondly, because of the current situation regarding the PIP process. So, with the constraints now on budgets and with the cost of living rising, more people now probably don't have the means to survive with what they're doing at the moment, whether they're working or whatever it might be. So they're now going to apply for PIP, and of course they're going to be awarded because they're eligible for it. So it's not like you've got lots of people applying for it who aren't eligible. A lot of these people are eligible, and they're applying for it because they need help with money and getting the things they need for whatever condition they may have. The second thing, I think, is because of the whole situation regarding PIP. It was going to be tightened, and then of course there was a U-turn by the government, but now they're doing this PIP review, and I think some people who perhaps have been eligible but decided not to apply maybe are now thinking they should apply because they don't know what the situation is going to be after the Timms review. So I think those two things together, and also, there is going to be a fluctuation how many apply. It's going to go up or down or however it might be. I don't think this is anything particularly mind-blowing. I think it's just a case of that some people are applying now because they need the financial support. Some people are applying because they feel now this is the best time to apply for it before the Timms review comes out. That's my personal opinion. I'd love to hear your thoughts down in the comment section though. Let me know what you think. Do you think that this is because of the Timms review? or do you think that there's some other reason why these numbers are going up? I'd love to hear your thoughts. Please do subscribe if you've got this far. I'll see you next time.